properties of whole numbers under addition and multiplication. So we will learn about closure property, commutative property, associative property and identity property. Let's start with closure property of addition. Let's add 5 and 3. So when we add 5 and 3, we get 8. So we can see here 5 is a whole number, 3 is a whole number, and the result 8 is also a whole number. So we can say when two whole numbers are added, we always get a whole number. So that's a closure property of addition. That means whole numbers, when we add, we always get it as a whole number. Now for multiplication, let's multiply 5 and 3. So when 5 and 3 are multiplied, we get 18. So 5 is a whole number, 3 is a whole number, and the result 15 is also a whole number. So when whole numbers are multiplied, we get again a whole number. That's the closure property of multiplication. So we can say whole numbers are closed under addition and multiplication. That means whenever a whole number is added or multiplied to another whole number, the result is also a whole number. That means they stay inside this funnel only. The result doesn't go out of the whole number group. So whole number plus whole number will get a whole number. Whole number multiplied by another whole number also will get a whole number only. Now the commutative property of addition. Now what do you mean by commutative? Commute means changing their positions. Now let's see here. Johnny has 3 apples, then he gets 5 apples. So what he decides to keep all of them into the basket. So 3 apples and 5 apples he kept in the basket. So he has now total 5 plus 3, 8 apples are there. Now what Ginny did, Ginny had 5 apples first, then she got 3 apples. Now she also kept it in the basket. Now she too has 8 apples in it. So both of them get 8 apples. Johnny added 5 apples to 3 apples and Ginny added 3 to 5. In both the cases they get 8. So that is the commutative property of addition. That means we can add the whole numbers in any order. We can change their positions. So 3 plus 5 can be written as 5 plus 3. Now commutative property of multiplication. Those 8 apples, what Johnny did, he arranged into 2 groups of 4 apples each. So in each group he kept 4 apples and arranged it in this way. What Ginny did, she grouped 2 apples in 4 groups. So she has 4 groups of 2 apples. Johnny has 2 groups of 4 and Ginny has 4 groups of 2, the same 8 apples. So 2 groups of 4 can be written as 2 times 4 and 4 groups of 2 can be written as 4 times 2. So 2 times 4 gives 8 and 4 times 2 also gives 8. That means 2 times 4 is same as 4 times 2. So this is the commutative property of multiplication. Means we can multiply the whole numbers in any order. Now let's see here. So whole numbers are commutative under addition and multiplication. So a plus b can be written as b plus a. Both will be same. Similarly, a into b can be written as b into a. It will also give the same result. So this is whole numbers are commutative under addition and multiplication. Now associative property. Suppose I have 4 apples, 3 and 2. These are the 3 groups I have. A group of 4 apples, a group of 3 and a group of 2 apples. Suppose I kept 3 and 2, these 2 groups in the basket. A group of 3 apples and the group of 2 apples in the basket, and the group of 4 apples is kept outside. Now we can see that in the basket we have 3 and 2, 5 apples and outside 4, so total 9 are there. So this is one arrangement. So in the basket I have kept group of 3 and group of 2 and outside a group of 4 apples. Now let's take the same set of apples, group of 4, 3 and 2. Now what we will do, in that basket, first we'll keep the group of 4, then we'll keep the group of 3 apples. And outside we'll keep the group of 2 apples. Now let's count. So in the basket we have 4 and 3, 7 apples, and outside 2 apples. So total 9 only. So both the errands we can see in this way. So 4 plus 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 are in the bracket. That means inside the basket I have kept 3 apples and 2 apples. And in the second case, inside the bracket, that means inside the basket, I have kept 4 apples and 3 apples. And outside 2 apples. This is the same mathematical expression of that activity. So in the first case, 4 apples were outside and 3 and 2 apples were inside the bracket. And here on the right hand side we can see 2 apples were outside, and in the basket we had 4 apples and 3 apples. So we get 4 plus 5 and here 7 plus 2. That is both of them is equals to 9. So we can say whole numbers are associative under addition. So when you say associative, that means groupings. So we can group the whole numbers in any order. So we can see here on the left hand side we have written A plus B plus C. On the right hand side we have A plus B plus C. So in the left case B and C are grouped, and in the right hand side A and B are grouped. So we can order the whole numbers in any groups. Now let's see the associative property of multiplication. Here let's take a group of 2 apples. Now it's 3 sets of 2 apples each. So we can write it as 3 times 2. So 3 sets are there of 2 apples each. So 3 groups of 2. Like that I have taken 2 sets. So this can be written as 2 sets of 3 groups of 2 apples. So 3 groups of 2 apples I have taken first. Then I have just doubled it to made it 2 times. So now we have 2 sets of 3 groups of 2. So there are 12 apples now. Now here we can say we have 2 groups of 2 apples. 2 times 2, that is 2 groups of 2 apples each. Let's increase it. So I have taken 3 sets like this. So this can be written as 3 sets of 2 groups of 2 apples. That is also 12. So let's see it again. In the first case we had 3 groups of 2 and we have doubled it. So made it 2 times. So 3 groups of 2 is multiplied by 2. So it is made 2 times now. Now in the next case, first we had 2 groups of 2. That one we have made 3 times now. That's why it is 3 multiplied by 2 into 2. That's why it become 12 apples now. So in the both the cases we get 12 apples in both the arrangements. So we can see that 3 into 2 into 2 and 3 into 2 into 2. Just see the groupings. Here we have just changed their groupings. We have not changed any number. We are only changing the groupings now. So what we get? 6 into 2, 3 into 4. In both the cases the answer is 12. That means A into B into C is same as A into B into C. So in both the cases we get the same result. So we can say whole numbers are associative under multiplication. In both the cases we will get the same answer if we change the order of the groupings. We can group it in any order for multiplication and for addition. Now additive identity. When I say identity, identity means the one that never changes itself. So if we have 4 apples and we add nothing to it, that is 0 to it, how much will be left? We are left with 4 apples only. Suppose we have no apples and we add 4 apples to it. So what we'll get? We'll get 4 apples. So in both the cases, the 4 apples remains as it is. So 0 is called as the additive identity, because when we add 0 to any number, it remains the same. 4 remains 4 only. So when 0 is added or to 0 is some number added, the number doesn't change. The number remains as it is. So 0 is called the additive identity. Now multiplicative identity. These are 4 friends So we have to arrange them in a single line only. So how can we do it? Either we can keep all of them in one row or in one column, so that all of them stand in one single line. So either in one row all the 4 or in one column all the 4. So these are the two arrangements possible. So how it is possible? Only when you are multiplying by 1. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity. Means whenever we multiply 1 with any whole number, we get the same whole number again. So 1 is the multiplicative identity. Thank you and keep exploring.